float. You found your way to the lost gold. We're chasing a trail that has long gone cold. To tell the stories that must be told. Michael's jokes light up the night. Katie's eyes catch every sight. Marilyn connects with other realms. Together they unveil the tales.
And we're live, I think.
Wow!
Can we all hear each other?
Yes.
Okay.
So it gets weirder. So I couldn't hear any of the music until literally like the last 5 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know what? Here, you can listen to the music now.
That's bizarre.
I have no
How
idea.
bizarre.
No, I have no idea either, Kristina. But we're going to introduce you and we're just going to go with the flow and see what the hell happens. How about that?
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Our guest tonight, everybody, Kristina Bloom. She's a psychic, she's a medium, she's an author, and she is a host of the Paramystic Kristina podcast, where she talks about all kinds of stuff, paranormal and mystic, kind of like we do. Everybody, welcome Kristina Bloom to the podcast. How are you?
Hey, everybody. Woo. Happy to be here.
Good. And I'm going to...
Happy to have you.
What?
I'm so happy. So happy.
Oh. He's tapping into his inner Russian.
Yeah, I'm going to turn this up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's about time.
I know,
I'm
right?
going to monitor the chat.
What up, Ash?
Hello, Ash. What up?
So last time I saw you, Kristina, I think it was Rock Island?
Yeah.
That was the first...
Hey, Annie.
Annie! That was the first con back from my injury.
Yeah.
So that was really, I was hating life at the time. It was really hard. It was hot there. Annabelle was just nothing but racial slurs to me the whole time. Okay. And I just was, my head was pounding. I barely remember being there because obviously I was still kind of struggling with some memory issues, but I do remember you.
Hi, David.
What up, Big
thank
Diesel?
you.
So we had talked a little bit about you had done this show in England. Is that right? Is it England? Ireland?
Yes. Yeah, we did a TV show in England. Yep. Still trying to get it on the air somewhere.
Yeah, so I'm waiting. I've talked to Josh about it, okay? So I'm waiting for him to give me the stupid link to get this whole thing rolling. But I think Josh has hit his head more times than I have. Because he just does not remember.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Well, I know he's right. Uh-oh.
Yes.
It's probably because he doesn't know me, so why would he remember? Yeah.
He should, well, you need to say, you need to know me, homie.
Yeah, okay. Right. I do.
I want to hear about this show. Kristina.
All right. Well, it's called Into the Void. We filmed in England. Yeah, we filmed 10 episodes in 5 days in 10 different locations. So
holy crap.
It's all paranormal based. yeah, all paranormal based. Two psychic mediums basically is what it was. We weren't using any flashy equipment. We weren't, it was real simple. It was all done during the day. We didn't have any nighttime episodes. And basically it was, to show that it doesn't just come out at night,
Mm.
They're not third shifters. They're just not third shifters. We used a lot of psychometry, touching buildings and getting reads off the buildings. We went to a lot of really cool places. So it was pretty awesome. There's the chat.
Yeah, there you go.
Hello, everybody in the chat.
Different view.
Psychic mediums, one large problem.
What's the problem?
I don't know. I was just trying to come up with like a theme for her show.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Into the Void.
Yes.
Into the Void. It's in with number 2 and the void. Yep.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's clever.
Yeah. Yeah. A psychic from the UK and me from the US. And we just drove around in a van for a week recording in different places.
That's like Scooby Doo.
Kind of. It was a little bit Scooby Doo.
You're in the mystery machine.
Yeah, it certainly was. I was joking about I flew to England and then
Jenny.
Hey Jenny. And then some guy picked me up in a white panel van and we toured the country for a week. So
That's amazing.
Not a bad gig. Not a bad gig.
Not a bad gig. It was so much fun. And we were really good. We were really good friends to begin with. So it was fun.
That's awesome.
And
I should have brought like some type of English.
Are we doing spirits for the spirits? Did I see you capping?
What is that?
This is from Miss Annie Waters. This is the gift that she gave me, Miss Annie Waters. If you're watching,
that's the cognac?
Yes. Well, I don't know how to say it. Chambord. I'm slaughtering
Chambord. So I actually have cognac which is it's from France.
From France. Yep.
Yeah, that's where the cone heads are from.
Yes.
But I've never had
water. I can't reach.
That's okay.
That's okay. Were you warned, Kristina, that we do spirits?
I was warned.
Okay.
I have been on Mike's show before, so yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So thank you, Annie Waters.
Thank you, Annie Waters.
I don't know if I'm supposed to just slug this right from the bottle.
Thank you, Annie Waters.
I don't know because I've never had cognac before.
Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that could be dangerous. Okay, we're gonna put the cap back on that. Thank you, Annie Waters. It's very good.
Woo!
Anyway, so how was yours, Mike?
Because I can't taste. All I can say is it tastes like one of those donut things that you would pick up from Wet and Wild.
Oh.
That you would lay on,
Really? You went with that?
It's what it tastes like. I can't.
Okay.
I can't explain the taste because it doesn't make any sense anymore.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Bree.
Annie.
Yeah, but it tastes like a what do they call it? Like a rubber raft, like an inflatable raft
that you float on.
Like a tube.
Yes. It tastes like floaties.
Tastes like floaties. Okay. Well,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary
Don't
Lynn,
hit your head,
miss
folks.
you.
Oh yeah, Mary Lynn. So we didn't really explain, did we, Mike? So Mary Lynn's a little under the weather, everybody. So she's resting. So
technically we're all under the weather because the clouds are above us.
That is correct. You're right. I never thought of it that way. So
I'm here to help.
You are here to help. So all right. So Kristina, you're an author too, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
We're authorized to talk about it.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, I have 2 books that are both available on my website and
Oh,
also available through pretty much any online bookseller. So Amazon, Books a Million, Barnes and Noble, it's in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Miss you, Mary Lynn, but I'll be talking to you again soon.
yes. Austin, what
So
up, buddy?
yeah, so they're I keep getting distracted. I'm sorry. I think my Ritalin's wearing off.
Uh-oh.
Do I need to remove the chat? Is it too much?
No, I'll just stop looking at it.
Yeah, why is it on the side here? I'm not used to seeing it over there.
And that's that way everyone can see the chat.
Oh,
Because if
gotcha.
it's on the side, that means the people watching can also see the chat, and Kristina can see the chat.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
So
all
there
the
we
chat
go.
comes in, and we have to like keep trying to do that.
Oh, okay. So you want me to not do that? Do you want
No, you
everyone to
still
just?
can, but you don't
Okay,
have to so much anymore because it's all right there.
that's true. You're right. Good call.
Yeah.
Very good call.
I mean, if people don't like it, then we
There
can
we
always
go.
get rid of it if it's too much on their poor little eyes or whatever. But I think
Yeah.
There you
it's
go.
good. You know, you could read it, and then at the very top is the sexy Kristina Bloom. It's perfect.
That's right.
Here I am.
There you are.
So
So
talk
what
to
do
us
you?
about your books.
Yeah, tell us about your books. What are they about?
Okay, well, the first one is Intuitive You, Psychic and Personal Development. And it is literally the textbook for my psychic development class, for the first level of my psychic development class. There are 2 more books in the series coming if I ever get writing them. So the second one is actually about 2/3 finish it. That's what that's about. And it's written in a way where you can either take the class or you study individually by yourself. So it's written ways. The other one is Wisdom for the Age of Ascension, and it's each page is its own like meditation kind of thing where you read it and then you can meditate on it or ponder on it or whatever. And that is again Wisdom for the Age of Ascension. So those are the 2 books.
What has to be the beginning of psychic development? Like, when do you decide, hey, I need to pick up this book and read it because that might be me?
Usually when people are having experiences that they don't know how to process. They're hearing things, they're seeing things, they're feeling things like getting a feeling about something and then finding out it was true. Hey, Hannah. So it's usually things like that. That's usually why the class, because they start having some experiences or they've had them for a long time, but they don't really know how to explain it to themselves.
So they're like, before I decide on taking medication, maybe
Yeah.
I should read this book.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
basically.
have you had anybody, come to you after reading your book saying, hey, thanks, you saved me from a life of, psychiatric medication. I thought I was going nuts. But you really helped
They haven't
explain what I was
put
going
it that
through.
way, but yeah, pretty much like, just like, okay, wow, that really made sense. I thought I was going crazy. So yeah.
If somebody wanted, like, if Stevie Lappin, not that he can read, but if he did, how would he buy the book?
He would go to my website, KristinaBloom.com, scroll down on the main page, and it's right there. You just hit the link and it goes right to a payment page where you can buy the book directly to you.
How much is the book?
I think I have it listed for $9.99. So it's not
That's
very
cheaper
expensive.
than a month on OnlyFans. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not expensive at all.
That's fantastic. So I saw you at Rock Island. Have you been to any cons since then?
Ooh, let's see. I know I was, and I've been to some other, what do you call it? Like psychic fairs and that sort of thing. I've been to a bunch of those. I haven't been doing as much traveling this year. I've been kind of pulling back and refocusing. I'm trying to think when's the last time I went to one. I can tell you about one coming up. Is
Yeah,
I'm
tell us
going
about
to
that.
I'm going to CapCon on May 9th. And that
CapCon.
is CapCon. Yeah. Cryptids, anomalies, and the paranormal cap.
Oh,
So
Oh,
where's
yeah,
that?
that is in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and I will be one of 3 people leading Bigfoot hikes the night before.
What?
I've never been to Fondle in Wisconsin. That sounds
Fond
great.
du Lac, maybe?
Oh,
Fun.
right.
I've never been to
But you're
Fond du
actually
Lac,
gonna,
Wisconsin either.
so you're
Fond
gonna
du
be
Lac,
leading,
Wisconsin.
you're gonna be leading an investigation.
Yes, a Bigfoot investigation. Yeah.
So, what's your opinion as a psychic? What's your opinion on Bigfoot? I mean, do you think that you have to be trained in a different way, like to understand, I guess, like their frequency, or do you think just any psychic should be able to pick up, you know, big feats?
That's a big feats. I love it. That's a good way to put it. Can anyone just tune in and do it? I actually channel Sasquatch. So I trans channel. I get out of the way, they speak through me, and it's very, very interesting.
What does it
Um,
sound like? Do you just make Wookiee noises, or
no,
You
um,
channel Bigfoot.
yeah, yeah. I have channeled both a male and a female. So um, the male he speaks English, but he has to use my body, and I'm obviously a lot smaller. So he tries
oh
to
yeah?
like come in, and I kind of look like I'm having a seizure while I'm doing it, and it's kind of a growly voice. Um,
So,
when
do you think there's a difference between channeling and possession?
Oh, absolutely,
Okay, okay, okay.
absolutely, yeah. Channeling is typically a voluntary thing. Possession is
Well,
typically not.
yeah, unless you're having to pay for a HBO Go, those channels are
Well,
ridiculously
something like
expensive.
that, yeah, yeah.
But so,
But
when you
let
do the
me
channeling,
finish
even
because
oh yeah, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, let me finish. When the female comes through, she's the one that I channel is a healer, and she speaks what sounds like a combination of like an Asian language mixed with Native American languages mixed with light language. So it's kind of this whole thing, and she does a lot of the
Oh,
hand gestures, and it's very interesting. Yeah,
So does that tell you, Christina, that they are indeed interdimensional beings? The fact that she speaks light codes
I
and
believe so.
yeah, okay.
I believe
The minute
so.
you said light code, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that also gives you a kind of a look at what intellect
Oh
means
yeah.
in different species, right? I mean,
Right.
uh, it's not even that they're smarter; they just have a different thought pattern.
Right. Right. They definitely see the world differently than we do.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean,
Much more
it,
natural.
all natural, no plastic surgery there, folks.
Hmm.
Nope.
Joe had a interesting question. Are they and willing to heal humans? My fellow Pennsylvanian, are they able and willing to heal humans, Christina?
They are, and they do.
Oh,
But like, what does that mean by heal? Like, slap some Robitussin on it and you'll feel good in a week? Like, what does that mean?
It's energy healing. It's like
mm,
Reiki,
Okay.
but it's like energy healing, whatever their form is. I have helped them to facilitate healings on someone
really?
else, but they've also done healings on me. So
Really?
yeah. And Katie, where in
So,
Pennsylvania are you?
So I was going to ask where you are. I'm about 40 minutes outside of Philadelphia. So 40 minutes north of Philadelphia.
Okay, I'm in Sharon right now.
Yeah.
So
You're what? Oh, you're in
Youngstown,
Sharon?
Ohio, Sharon, Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's where I am
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
You're kidding. That's like
No,
4 hours from me, something like that.
right. Yeah.
That's cool.
nice.
Yeah.
So what takes you to Sharon, Pennsylvania?
In Pennsylvania. I'm riding with a friend back to the East Coast. She lives in Maine, but she has an Airbnb in Racine, Wisconsin. And she was driving back, and I'm like, if you want a travel companion, I'll tag along and go with you. So I tagged along with her, and we are kind of hitting some. I work today in Sharon. There's a shop here that I work in when I come through Pennsylvania. So I was working today, did some readings, got a tattoo, moving on, right? So I know, right?
That's
Wow.
cool.
Yeah. My only tattoo at this point. So yeah.
What did you get as a tattoo? Yeah, we got to know.
We got to know. You dangled the carrot.
Dangle the carrot. Yeah. I got it's a sea turtle that has a Native American medicine wheel on the back of it. And it was the logo for my son's YouTube channel. So it's a memorial tribute tattoo.
That's awesome.
My son.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that's great. We got John Covey in here. What up, buddy?
Hi, John. Hi, Joe. Hi, Franny. Hi, everybody. Franny Banani. Hello, everybody.
Bunch of people in here.
Yeah.
So you go up to Maine. Are you going to be at the Maine Paracon?
I am not. That's actually in September. But I'm not going to make it there this year. The same weekend I will be let me think, Paracon, Wisconsin that weekend.
Oh,
so
that's weird. I thought it would have been your main focus.
You would think. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
yep.
But we have 2 weeks, and we will all be in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Right.
For Katie's Booze on the Battleship 2.
Yes.
And we missed that one.
Yeah. That's going to be.
We would have loved to have had you.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to have gone, but I just couldn't keep up with every weekend, Like last year, I did almost every weekend. I think there were only 3 weekends I didn't go to either a psychic fair or a Paracon. Like
it's tough
the whole year.
But all the ones I go to, they're great ones to attend because you never know which one I'm going to bring a song.
That's true.
You never know. Yeah.
You never know.
I use it as a hat, so it's not the same.
Not as impressive as it makes it sound.
No. So you're traveling with a friend.
Yes.
Does your friend believe, in the paranormal, in what you do? Does she do that as well?
She doesn't do it like I do. She believes in it. She's very intuitive. Yeah.
Okay. But do you think there's a difference between somebody who's like intuitive and then sensitive?
I think so. Only in that there are different ways to be sensitive. So, yeah.
What do you consider yourself?
I go intuitive, psychic, empathic, but people can be empathic and be sensitive that way and not consider themselves to be intuitive. So, I think it's the way that we choose ourselves.
Right.
At least,
do you think
that's the way it seems.
Bigfoot? Do you think all Bigfoot are, intuitive as well, psychic?
Well, I think that they're intuitive and psychic enough to avoid him for the moment.
I mean, yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, so here's an interesting question that I think you'll appreciate, Kristina. At least you'll understand. So, do you think that you mentioned earlier that you think Bigfoot are interdimensional? And when I think interdimensional, I just think a higher level being that is more healed than a human would be. So do you think that that's possibly why they avoid humans? Because they don't want to take on our shit and our baggage and be exposed?
It very well could be. I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it. Plus, I mean, individual humans can be intelligent. In large groups, they're stupid, right? So they just don't want to endanger themselves. Why would they endanger themselves by coming into contact with a dangerous species?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know?
Because that is the big question, right? Like, why are they so elusive? Why do they hide? What do they have to hide, right? Is it because they've been alone? Pre-existed before humans did, so they just never wanted to integrate,
I don't know.
or that's the big question, right?
Right.
Why are they so elusive?
Well, and I've put it out there that I think there's a good chance that they literally are just from like basically like a parallel reality, like a parallel dimension or reality, something that comes along with us, but that veil is very close, kind of like the afterlife. There's a veil between us and the afterlife, which is very close. Well, if the veil and the afterlife are on one side, there's easily to believe that there's something else on the other, and that could be that
Right.
where Faye, the Bigfoot live, but it's also possible that they could venture only into this, prime material plane as a way to either, you know, eat, defecate, travel, uh, just something where temporary before they head back.
Right.
Mm.
It could be.
So they come down to Earth to shit and then leave.
I mean, we go into bathrooms to shit and leave, right? Who's
Well,
to say they don't have the same premise, you know?
well,
They
I
treat Earth
suppose
like
that's
just
a
a
theory.
big old toilet.
Well, I mean, it could be that. It could be they come just to look for food. It could be they use it just as a way to travel. Maybe traveling is different because, time could be different on their
Right.
plane of existence.
That's possible.
Mobility could be different in their plane of existence, which could make them moving over into ours, maybe just to simply travel. It could be just far more convenient for them. It's just you take that chance and that risk.
Right.
So they're taking a
Of
shortcut through
accidentally
this.
running into a Taco
Yeah.
Bell. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
They're
It
sure.
could
just
just
taking a
be
shortcut
it could
through
just be a
Earth.
shortcut. And which could
Right.
be why we don't see them often. We don't see them, in large quantities. And it could also mean that, if time is different on their plane, we could literally be seeing the same few Sasquatch, Yeti, spaghetti over and over
Mhm.
again for the last hundreds of years.
That's true
You
too.
know, I
Because so
don't
much
know
time passed
enough
for
to
us, but
say
maybe
that.
it's been minutes for
Yeah,
them.
Yeah.
there's so
So
much that we
when
don't know that I at the don't discount anything.
right. So you said earlier that you channel them. Do you channel the same too? You said a male and a female. Have you ever encountered
Yeah,
any new ones?
others, but not physically. It's like they've
Steve?
introduced me to their family members, but it
Mm.
hasn't been seen them physically as a group.
Okay.
Well, we just
Did,
had Misty Gaither in here, and we were talking about restrooms, and she's got a whole show coming out called Cursed Waters, so
that's right. Cursed
ties right
waters.
in.
Yep.
Interesting.
Always interesting
Always.
segue. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So, do you think that there's a reason why? I mean, like, you never hear about like a Sasquatch in like an urban environment. Like, hey, I was looking between my apartment complex, and there goes Sasquatch. In
I have
between, the
not.
Quickie Mart, right? So, but they tend to stick to those densely forested,
Mm.
wooded areas. Do you think that's just a preference? Do you think that's just how their modality?
I literally have no idea, but I can tell you I've never heard of anyone seeing one running between a quick trip and a call. That's for sure. You know,
Right? Yeah.
They
That's where
don't know
you
what they're
find me.
missing.
right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. A butter burger,
I don't.
amazing,
Yeah,
incredible.
maybe maybe that's why they come to Earth. You know, they're like, I need me a Culver's milkshake and a burger, and then I'm gonna shit in the woods and skedaddle.
I'm out.
Maybe.
I'm out. Yeah, I would. If I was
Again,
them.
anything possible.
Yeah,
Oh.
everything's fine.
When you did your show in England, did you see anything similar? You know, maybe Fae related that would make you think that there was some type of interconnectivity?
Yeah, actually, I interacted with a foal there outside of Tewksbury. So yeah, we have it on film.
That's pretty
Actually,
awesome.
it's one of the episodes.
Did it feel? Did it have, like, I guess, a sense of familiarity to what you felt in America?
Yeah, it did actually. Yeah, because I interacted with some fairy circles in the Midwest as well. So it really did feel very similar.
Yeah, the old shit and skedaddle. You ain't kidding. I mean, if you think about it, almost all crazy footage of Bigfoot is literally them skedaddling.
Yeah, I think that's why I kind of said that. You,
Yeah.
you always see them,
Or
you know, with the
throwing things.
arms and the yeah,
Right. And
right.
that maybe that's them just trying to, use toilet paper next time. Not, we don't know.
Right. Not using their paw. Do you think they're left-hand
there.
wipers or right hand? I'm going to tap into Mike G's energy. You think they're right-hand wipers or left-hand wipers?
I would think right, because I know they say you're not supposed to shake hands like in Indonesia, because
Right.
the handshake side is your clean the poop side, I guess.
Yeah, they eat with their left and wipe with their right. Yep.
Left hand high five. Just be done with it.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Fey energy, does that feel remarkably different than, say, Bigfoot energy? Can you what's it feel like, the difference between like a Fey and a cryptid?
Wow. Let's see. It's a different energy for sure. I'm just trying to figure out how to even describe the difference, because we're talking about very, very large cryptids and very, very small Fae, so that they're not different.
Yeah.
I feel like the Fae are probably more frenetic. They're more kind of just all over the place. The Fae are also very, very protective of their homes. So, when you come across a fairy circle, you're not supposed to enter it without bringing a gift. And Fae can be pretty. I wish words would not escape me.
They can be mean, can't they?
They can be, and they can be retaliatory. They can retaliate. Like if you're not following the rules, they can make things difficult for you.
Next time you eat Cocoa Puffs, they're not all Cocoa Puffs.
That's right.
Maybe the Fae also shit and skedaddle. Who knows?
In your cereal.
Maybe they do.
Right.
I imagine,
ever had a conversation about, with the Fae, like, hey, are you familiar or are you aware that something like a Sasquatch exists?
It never occurred to me to ask that question.
Oh wow! Okay, well, I would love for you to ask that next time and then video it for me, because I would love to see that.
Okay,
it would be interesting to see if they realize, that there are all these other, I guess, racial beings coexisting just in multiple planes.
They very well
Star
could
Wars.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like when a Sasquatch or a Fae, one, can they die? And two, do they still have an afterlife like we do?
Those are all really good questions. I need to start channeling.
I know I'm such a weirdo. You wouldn't expect these questions to come from me, but I really do have my moments.
Mhm.
Yes, you do.
And I've been to Ireland 3 times. I've been to Wales, and I've never really encountered the Fae. So I think I need to go back and do a Fae
Well, and
hunt.
getting an award for going so much.
Okay. So, no.
Right?
God.
Right.
No, we really do need to do like a Lost Scout Productions in like in that whole Northern Isles.
We
Yeah.
talked about it. We talked
We
about it.
did. I actually
Mhm.
got the name of the gentleman who does the tours.
Okay.
So I do have at least some point of reference there. Christina, she probably has an even better point of reference for people down there that
I've
she's
not
probably
been to
shared Guinness
Ireland.
with.
Yeah, I've not been to Ireland, but I know people who have been there several times.
Yeah,
So
it's true, Vince. It's true.
True. Yeah. Hi, Vince. What's a glizzy?
It's a
What's
hot
a glizzy?
dog.
It's a hot dog. Bless you.
bless you
Bless you.
again.
Excuse me.
Why do they call it a glizzy? Why can't I
I'm
just
not
call it a hot dog?
entirely sure.
Vince, why is it called a glizzy, man? I didn't
Sasquatch
know.
were involved.
Oh.
Sasquatch.
I have no idea.
I don't
I
know
want to go
either.
to a Sasquatch cookout. They probably have some pretty incredible stuff.
I
Yeah.
see that would be. Oh, have you been to the it's in Townsend. They have a huge Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival.
I have not.
Where?
It's Townsend, Tennessee. It's
Oh.
like
Oh
right
yeah.
on the cusp of Tennessee and North Carolina. And
Okay.
I got to go. I don't know if it was
I
last
remember
year or the
that.
year before.
I think it was 2 years ago you went,
You
Mike.
had to have been because I didn't hit my head
Yeah.
yet. But there had to have been thousands of people. Thousands. It was
Thousands.
huge.
Yeah.
Yes, I tried. Um, that's where I discovered these. Hold on.
Show and tell time, Christina.
Oh, right. I love show and
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
It was actually at their
Hi, Christy.
Quickie Mart thing.
Yeah.
I
Cayman Jack.
discovered these at Townsend, Tennessee during the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival.
Oh. You had
Cayman
never.
Jack margaritas.
Nice.
Oh, daughter's calling you, Christy? Okay.
Bye.
We're
Thanks for
expecting you to
listening.
come back, Christy. We'll be very disappointed if you don't.
So I imagine, Christina, that for whatever reason, I'm all about energy because I'm a Reiki healer, and I do tarot cards, and I'm huge into astrology. So I would imagine that the Fae are very like air energy because they're, like you said, they're frenetic. They're always kind
But
of
don't they
flying
live like
around.
in the forest, which is Earth?
Yeah, and I imagine the Bigfoot, they're very grounded, very earthy. Do you feel that way about those two? Hi,
I
Taylor.
do. Yeah.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi,
Christina,
Christina.
Hi,
Taylor.
Christina.
Yeah, I do. I feel like the
Sarah. Sorry.
Oh,
Hi,
Sarah.
Sarah, I
Sarah.
miss you. I miss you so much, Sarah.
She's been doing so great too. Her weight loss journey's been incredible. I'm so
Mhm.
proud of her.
Yeah, she's a pretty cool person too. I love her.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Christina.
I feel like the Bigfoot are pretty grounded. I feel like, for interdimensional, and we have no proof that they are or are not interdimensional, but I feel like they are. I feel like they're highly intelligent, and but they're also very strong stewards of the environment and of Earth. And I feel like they chase people off with just their vibes, like they can throw energy that chases people away from them. And
Right.
I feel like
Yeah.
they're either protecting themselves or protecting the forest, Maybe they're protecting the animals. I'm not sure what it is that they're doing all the time, but I do feel like it's a
They
protective
could be
energy.
protecting humans too, right? I mean, what
Right.
if
They
it's
could be.
a demon or a negative entity that's
Or a bear.
approaching, your tent, or a bear? Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey,
Yeah.
this guy's got to get gone or it's not going to end well.
Right. Right. They could be protecting humans as well.
Yeah.
So
I know who I'd want next to me in a knife fight. Definitely Sasquatch all day, every day.
oh, all day, every day. Yes, ma'am.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Oh wow, that's cool. So our Bigfoot, is that like one of your favorite topics? Because I was on your website before we went live, reading a little bit about you, because I haven't met you in person. So I was reading a little bit about you and how you talk about cryptids and all kinds of mystical stuff. So what's we talk about Bigfoot a lot and Faye. What else is like a passion of yours and things that you like to talk about?
The paranormal in general.
Yeah.
Spirits. I've done a fair amount of paranormal investigating. I'm a healer as well. I prefer to heal with psychic ability. Like mediumship is my favorite form of healing
Okay.
because so much healing can take place in mediumship reading. I've seen forgiveness and closure and release, letting go. Um, all kinds of wonderful things that people, when they hear messages from their loved ones, it can be very healing. And so that is my favorite form of healing, I guess. I mean, I am a Reiki master. I typically don't do Reiki. It's only mostly for family and friends, basically.
Yeah.
So um, there's that. But the psychic ability, past lives, multiple lives, Akashic records. I mean, all of those things are things that I love and that I talk about a lot, and probably to the point where, like, my husband's like, "I'm going to go play video games because you're driving me crazy." So, but yeah, there's a lot of those things that I like to talk about, and energy protection is one of them. I feel like a lot of us don't know how to protect our energy, or we don't do a very good job of it for the most part.
Right. We talk about that a lot with paranormal investigations, right? How
Right.
sometimes we just go into a haunted building, guns blazing,
Right.
we whip out our gear and we're just so excited and we don't necessarily take the 5 or 10 minutes that it takes to, we lost him,
We
to,
lost Mike.
protect.
Yeah.
We lost him. I did see him gesticulating before
Yeah.
so anyway, um, where was I going with that? Protect.
Self-protection. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think that's definitely something that you have to. Cause I'm guilty of that, just as much as anyone. And I think energy healers are. I mean, I'll speak for myself. I'm like really bad at that, even though I'm an energy healer. I forget to protect myself. You know.
Right.
So what would you recommend to people if and even if it's not ghost hunting, even if it is they're going Sasquatch hunting or they know they're going to encounter Fae, what would you suggest or what do you do or what are your own self practices?
Well, first of all, grounding. I think a lot of us get excited. We run into those situations without grounding ourselves. Hey, Jay.
Hey Jay.
Good to see you here. So I think staying grounded, it keeps us from getting all discombobulated with all the energies that go on in those situations. If we can just stay grounded. Hey, Mike is back.
It just decided to like
Still skin.
White powder enthusiast. So you're a
Oh
skier.
no. Oh, here we go.
it decided like to cut off sound to Kristina for no reason, so I had to leave and then come back so I could get my sound back.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Joe said, "Will Sasquatch teach us?"
Oh,
I think if we were teachable.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess it would depend on
Yeah.
what, right? Like, because
Yeah.
you would think that they would have just a completely different set of skills based on their survival versus what we need for ours, right?
Right.
Hey.
Right.
Yeah.
April!
April! What's up, girl?
My spirit person. I love her.
Awesome.
I'll walk in the woods and barefoot in the grass in the morn. you see, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do. I can't. Maybe this is an astrology thing. I cannot be barefoot.
Interesting.
I can take a shower. After that, my socks immediately come on. It's like having hugs for your feet. I have to have socks.
Really?
Huh.
Always. I cannot be barefoot.
Okay.
That's
That's weird because that is our natural state, right? To not have socks on.
When
So
I when I taught martial arts, I could do martial arts barefoot. But the second I stop, and when I'm not in that mode,
yeah.
of I'm trying to, learn to kill you,
Love
my
you, April.
I have to have my socks on.
Melanie.
Yes,
So
even in
yeah.
whoopee making, socks have to stay on.
okay, we
It's
didn't
the
need to know
weirdest thing.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's TMI, man.
I
TMI.
Yeah.
know, but I mean that's just how it goes.
And
Yes,
that's a
even
legit
naked,
question.
other than showering, where I absolutely have to take my socks off, or like getting in like the pool, right? I guess, but I never get in the water. Like I hate being in the water. I
Oh,
don't wear sandals. I don't wear like flip flops. I don't like it. I
okay.
have to have socks.
Interesting.
They're like little hugs for your feet, and I feel warm and secure.
And you've been like that your whole life, or was there a certain age where you were just like, I'm gonna wear socks?
No, my whole life, I guess. I mean, other than martial arts was the only time I felt like it was appropriate
Yeah.
for me to take my socks off because I needed the grip. Because with socks, I couldn't generate enough grip. So I would take off my
Okay.
socks at that point. But other than that, I have always worn socks. I
Okay.
can't, and I'll clean, like I make sure my socks change, people, okay?
Right.
But I have to have socks. But think of it. Look at Bigfoot.
Hi, Christy.
Those are basically socks, right? With his little furs.
Well,
That's a way to look
You
at
know?
it, I suppose.
yeah, I mean, talk about big hugs. That's, big furry hugs for your feet.
Yeah. Yeah, furry
Well,
hug. But I have to wear socks. I don't know if that's an astrology thing, if it's my own weird thing. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but
My mom's theory was if you were born during the winter,
if you're born during the winter, you had to wear
babies always
socks.
had socks
Babies
on.
had to wear socks.
I'm
Oh.
a
Okay.
December baby.
So maybe I
And I'm an
was.
April baby, so I don't like socks.
Yeah, I was born December 3rd, so I am a fall into winter baby.
interesting.
Socks with thongs?
Socks,
Yes.
thongs, thong, the thong,
Flip
thong,
flop.
thong.
Yes.
That's interesting. See, I was born
Nope.
in early May,
Never wore flip
and
flops.
I don't. I wear socks 90% of the time, I would say. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But like, would you like wear them out into like the grass, to like feel the grass in your feet?
yeah, I do that because I do. I'm an earth sign, so I need to ground frequently.
I
So
am
I'm
too.
always hugging a
I'm
tree. People look at me funny. I'm always hugging a
see that
tree or walking in the grass.
I'm a Sagittarius, which I guess December 3rd, I'm a fire sign, which I think is actually like the hottest of the fire signs, actually, is my area.
Mm,
But I don't like fire. I don't like to be near it. I don't even like to look at it. It's weird, right?
huh.
I like the heat,
I was gonna
but
say you.
I don't want to like experience like the flamey part.
Okay. Well, I mean, you don't
I also
necessarily
wear
have to
socks all
like
the time.
fire.
Yeah.
No, you
The
don't
fact
have.
that you. Yeah, Christina, what are you?
I'm an earth sign.
Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you did. You did
Um,
give off that grounded, steady vibe.
you're into astrology. You'll love this. I have 5 Virgos in my chart.
5 Virgos. You're
Dang.
grounded as fuck.
Wait a minute. So when you do a chart, you can have more than one sign?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have moon sign, rising sign, and then all the different signs and all of the planets.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
So I could be, I'm a Sagittarius with like a peppercorn rising or something.
You could be peppercorn. You could be peppercorn rising. Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody could be peppercorn rising, it would be you.
It would be you.
It would be
Absolutely.
me.
Yeah. You need to look into that. Yeah. Houses. Thank you, Mary Lynn. Yeah. Different houses.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they're expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you're talking about what, 30-year mortgages right now? 40-year mortgages? It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
It's absurd.
And Mary Lynn is a Sagittarius too. So
Yeah, she's towards she's I think the 20th, which makes her like right on that cusp of
yeah.
Sagittarius,
Capricorn.
and then is
Capricorn.
it Capricorn? That's the word.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My husband's a Capricorn, so I know when that is.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Joe says there's a theory about transferring electrons with the Earth when walking by barefoot. Well, maybe I like my electrons where they're at. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Joe says, can you help me figure me out? If the doctors couldn't help you, buddy, I don't know who can.
Yes, Joe, I could. Yeah.
Moon
in Cancer. See, my moon is in Aquarius, so I'm constantly at odds with myself because the Taurus in me is like kind of grounded and earthy and a homebody, right? And then the Aquarius in me just wants to go and just reinvent things and do different things, and so I'm like kind of
Well,
constantly.
how do I know what I am?
So your moon sign was the time of your birth. So you would need to know the time of your
1:40
birth.
in the morning.
Okay, I don't know. I'd have to look that up, but at least you know.
Well, yes, I know.
Yeah.
Only because I have my birth certificate.
My sun and moon are both Virgo, but my rising is Scorpio.
Oh.
Wait a minute. So wait, there's a falling sign and a rising sign?
Rising, yeah. So there's
Not
the sun.
falling.
Oh, there's not a falling sign.
No falling. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a rising sign? What is the rising? Is that like the sun rising type sign?
I don't
This is
know.
so confusing.
I
There's
know.
a
I
lot
know it
to
is. There's a lot to it.
We did discover that what I think the first documented sign of astrology was 2000 BC. And that there was signs that they had been practicing it since 3000 BC. That's pretty incredible, right? So that's what, 4,000 to 5,000 years?
Yeah,
You had
all
mentioned that
based on
before.
the sky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right, based on the sky. But we didn't discover that the points were stars and planets until what, Galileo? Maybe
Galileo.
Aristotle, Socrates?
It might have
had
been
to be Galileo.
Copernicus.
Copernicus?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
we're
I don't
talking like
remember.
right at that cusp of, BC, AD.
Yeah.
Only the last couple thousand years. But it had been going on for thousands of years prior.
Yeah. I think Copernicus was, I may be wrong. I think Copernicus was the first scientist, if we are calling them then then, who believed that the sun was the center of the universe, right? Because up until him or somebody else, everyone thought that Earth was the center of the universe because we're, egotistical that way.
I think Galileo thought.
Was it Galileo?
Galileo thought Earth was the center.
Okay.
But
and then
Copernicus thought the sun was the center.
Yeah, I should know that. I went to Poland. I should remember this. I went to Poland back in 2008, and I remember there was a whole Copernicus museum because he was Polish, and I remember learning.
If you're wrong, it would be such a Copernicus.
I would, wouldn't it? I know.
Yeah.
I love Joe's comment. How do you know these things?
I do.
We're making it up as we go, buddy.
Yeah, we are. What are you eating?
My wife made hamburger.
Hamburgers, very good. Looks delicious.
Because I hit my head. This ear I'm deaf in my left ear, but a lot of the structural damage still exists. So the flying causes a lot of pressure. So my jaw on this side does not, it's not moving correctly anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to eat softer foods right now until my jaw unlocks, basically. So like I can't shut my mouth all the way right now.
Has it always been like that since the accident?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Well,
didn't.
but only like traveling and I have pressure changes.
Oh, gotcha. I was
It,
gonna
it it
say.
will affect this whole region.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Just
gonna say I don't remember you complaining about that before.
no, it's something that I've only experienced it a couple of times, but this last time flying, I flew on United and I think they had like cabin pressure issues or something because it was
Yeah.
really rough on my ear
Oh, gotcha.
and on my jaw. So now yeah, it's I can't shut my mouth all the way.
The kid.
I'm trying.
We
I
know
can't.
that. We know
Yeah.
you can't shut your
Wait,
mouth.
wait, could you shut your mouth all the way before?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. 6, 7, right?
Right.
So, Christina, you said you were scaling last year. You said you were on the road almost every weekend. So, are you scaling back this
Yeah.
year? Like, what are your
Yeah.
plans? What are you doing? Where are you going? Where can we see you?
Well, I'm doing some events here and there. Like I'm doing the CapCon in May. I will be at in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, the following weekend, May 16th, for a psychic fair, and then I will be at the Bearded Brothers Brawl at Broadhead.
Hey, you'll see me there. I'll be the MC.
I know. I get to see you again. It'll be awesome. Wow, I'm trying to think, and I can't reach my phone right now where my stuff is. I know that I'm doing the Great Lakes Paranormal Conference in September,
Okay.
and then I'm doing the Mid Pennsylvania Paracon and CryptidCon in at the end of September.
Yep.
And I'm trying to remember. I'm sure I've got some other stuff in between there, but
Okay.
mostly I'm working from home. I'm doing readings online and over the phone, and doing a lot of shows. Apparently, this is like my third night in a row I did a show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah, so I'm doing a lot of interviews, and I'm doing my own show on Wednesdays, and then once a month I'm a co-host on From Beyond with Glenn Bottis out of England. So I'm doing that one. So I'm staying busy at home, trying to buckle down and get some more books written that I've already
Right.
started. So I want to finish up some books. Yeah, working on some other projects that I'm not ready to talk about yet, but working on some
Okay.
other projects where I'm more grounded at home this year as opposed to out running around to everywhere. Maybe next
Right.
year. I am doing more speaking this year when I go to events though. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, how else can people find you? Facebook?
Yeah.
Yep. People can find me on Facebook, on my website. It's Kristina L. Bloom with my middle initial, because I do a Kristina Bloom account I can't sign into because I don't know why. I just can't get into it anymore. So
We have all been there.
right. Yeah. But it's Kristina L. Bloom. You can join my my group, Kristina Bloom Your Spiritual Advisor. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. I don't know where else.
All of the places.
All of the places.
Yeah.
If you want to make an appointment for reading, you can go to my website. There's a way to make an appointment there with my calendar. And then there's also, you can just message me through Messenger.
Yeah.
So, nice.
Yeah.
With that, we might as well sign ourselves off.
It's
a fantastic episode. Thank you, Kristina, for coming in.
Thank you.
Doing this
Thank
with
you.
us.
Let me get the
fun.
thing queued up here. Yeah, we'll have you on again. Maybe once you publish is it third book that you're working on?
Right. I'm working on like 2 other books right now. So
nice. Well, we'll have you back on when that's ready, or maybe
Yeah.
before you go to an event so you can pump out that event.
yeah. Rock Island.
awesome.
I'm going to be in Rock Island again this year. I forgot that one. Yeah, I'll be in Rock
There you
Island.
go.
Yeah. We'll be there. I'll be there.
That's in October, right?
Yep.
Oh,
First
perfect.
Saturday
When?
in October.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, first weekend
Yeah.
in October. Great
Right.
event. Great event. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Kristina, for being on. Thank you,
Thank
everybody
you.
in the chat, for paying attention and listening to us and listening to our shenanigans. And I'm gonna play us out. So have a great night, everybody.
Thanks. Bye, everyone. That was fun. Thanks.